end of week 3. And speaking of Tudos Peak, we have Robert Meadows and Chuck Bredenfoerder matched up for them on camera.
Can we get some Bob Field type in the chat?
I know there are some people that had that Bob Field hype in the chat, Teddy, and no, you're one of them. One Balance, I think you're one of them too. So Rob was able to be victorious round 1 with the Temur Delver.
Rep Matthew Minier, yeah.
Matthew Minier not in the building tonight. Patrick Narsavage not in the building tonight.
Like,
Matthew tried. He tries his decks.
well, he's the best kind of player, right? He just wants to play what he has fun with.
Yeah, Matthew, I believe, has some obligations that has him out for the entire week here. So we will miss him this week.
Where is he?
I'm not sure. He didn't specify. So, yeah, so we have Temur Delver versus Chuck Bredenfoerder. How do you feel about this matchup, the Delver deck versus the Affinity deck?
It depends which half of the... They have a lot of spot removal, but I'm gonna take Bob Fields here.
What is that?
Because I think he knows how to value it more. So the Affinity can obviously go much faster, right? And you can play around any single spot removal spell if you have a Ravager. Does Delver have Electro main?
I think he did.
I can only remember the Jeskai control player having it.
Wasn't sure. Rob was he was taking some lines that we didn't necessarily agree with, but he always had this he always seemed to have a certain game plan that he knew what he wanted to do.
I'm sure he's electrolyzed. It's Rob.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Bob.
Rob.
Fields.
Meadows.
Bob Fields.
Rob Meadows.
Yeah. Then 56.
He is on the mulligan. Chuck looks like he's keeping his 7, so we'll see if Meadows is able to come up with a better 6-card hand here. He's going to take a look. There's one land.
So
this looks a lot better. Yep, 2 lands here. Vision's going to go. I feel okay. He's at a spot on the card that is going to... No, he's on
56 Savage.
The draw. Here we go. Here is an Inkmoth. Here's a Mayboard Mox Opal. Interesting. Here is a Springleaf Drum.
He still did not have the... no, that's a Wadding Jar. That's par for the course.
Really? Mainboard?
I think they play 2.
Okay.
But
now,
it's weird saying I think that they play.
Yeah. Now, Chuck tapped that Inkmoth. You know why he did that?
To play his Springleaf Drum. Because it costs a mana.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Problem solved.
What's up, Albino Cow?
Inkmoth number 2 there for Chuck. He's going to follow up with a... here's a okay payoff. It is a Steel Overseer, but it's a little bit lonely right now. Luke? And it's getting bolted. Hey, Luke, how's it going?
I think he might have to catch in his Wadding Jar already.
He's going to catch in
he does. Yeah. Oh, and for those who don't know, for some reason, Regeneration makes you tap your guy because it removes it from combat. So, you know, doesn't make really sense now, but...
No, absolutely not. Thanks for the bits there, Teddy. Really appreciate 3 bits you coming in there. We need to start the bit jar for complaints on our ends. I feel like because we're older, we're a little more grumpy.
No, I've got it.
Glad to know you're out of the hospital and head into therapy and you're well enough to tune in, watch us, and Kyle and Justin have kept us up to date on some things. Mod the Man? I don't think I can mod the man.
That's good to hear, man. We're glad you're okay.
I hope we get to see you sooner rather than later. Come out and play some more Magic. I imagine you'd be someone who would be really excited to play that Mono Green deck that seems to be running wild through Standard right now. I know you love your Constrictor in Standard. I know you're excited to play with some brand new spirits from the core set. I know Kent Light's been streaming some band spirits recently. I'm just upset
that I haven't been able to see the Big Texas.
The Big Texas?
Yeah. Yeah, the Big Texas. Is that me or is that Rob? Oh, he actually gets to double activate.
Meanwhile, Chuck is put a lot of pressure here bright and early on Mr. 56 Savage Fields. That's an attack for 4 poison.
So they're gonna be out of bolt range.
And that's just it.
So here's the other way it can go. Yeah, you can definitely get the fast Affinity start. So he actually also had a Cranial Plate in his hand. So
seems pretty good.
So Bob Fields was super duper dead.
Yeah.
Super duper dead is Connor.
We'll try to get that Sihelius from you. The streamer currently is Ren. But yeah, we'll try to get a hold of Connor Doherty. He's been coming more and more often.
Did you know that Super Duper Dead is more dead than dead?
I did not know that.
Why not know?
But yeah, I'll try to get Connor to give us a deck list next week. We can post it on our website, topdeckproductions.com/decks. As soon as we get it for you, we'll do a Facebook post about it too on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/topdeckproductions. So make sure you like us on there so you can be up to date for when we go live and for when we're running some events.
Dead. Nice.
Man, that's just a long nickname. His normal name doesn't fit.
Oh my god, he is. I'm surprised Chuck's fits.
Chuck does have a really long name.
Rob has been dispatched mightily.
This is what the people wanted. They wanted to see Rob. Rob is in danger of going 2-0-2, and that there's only one thing I can think that's worse than going 2-0-2, and that's going 2-0-2-3 in a Magic League. That's probably like the worst thing in the world, right?
Oh yeah. Or starting off in a GP, I started off 5-0, and then finish at 6-3.
I had a 5-0 and a 6-3 for a Star City Open.
Yeah, mine was at a GP.
My 6-round opponent, who I almost beat them, ultimating up Nixless. He said, "Good luck in day 2."
That draw card, and whenever they draw, you lose 2 life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said, "Good luck in day 2." I'm like, I haven't gotten there yet. And for my Wittenden, I play my personal nemesis, Jonathan Benson.
Who's Jonathan Benson?
He's just like a Midwest grinder.
Yeah.
I have never beaten him.
Yeah. Who is my personal nemesis? I think it's Sagat from Street Fighter.
Guile?
Yeah.
Dalstan?
No, Sagat.
Sagat?
Yeah, because I'm jealous because he used to say, Tiger. Tiger. Tiger uppercut.
I mean, you can say that.
I can't, not like him.
Why not?
He's also taller than me.
You can say, like Farva, it's delicious.
It's delicious. Wants cream.
No one?
Wants cream. Okay. Okay, no cream. Yeah, let's talk about it.
You gonna light some country music awards on fire?
Yeah.
So post board.
He's bringing some stubborn denials.
Who? The Mr. Fields?
Affinity.
How do you feel about that?
I do not like it.
Why not?
I can see Spell Pierce. I don't like conditional.
Like, what are you trying to counter if you're Affinity with Separate Denial?
Like, literally, I don't care about anything in the stack. If you really care about the one bolt or the flashback bolt, you can beat spot removal like that.
Yeah.
You can't beat Electrolyze. I just don't know if it's worth a slot. Like, what are you taking out? So Gearport Aether Grid does absolutely nothing against Bob's deck. So it can kill a non-flip Delver. You're never going to kill a Tarmogoyf, right?
Correct.
So if you're not going to like Etch Champion, make my Etch Champion gigantic, smash her in the face, I don't see how you win this match. Right? I don't like Spell Pierce against a fair deck. Right? I like Spell Pierces against decks play Collected Company or combo decks, right?
Just like, I mean, we mentioned round 1. Sure, Bob can do some cool things to this team deck, but you're lacking some of the power that the Legacy version has. You don't have the Wastelands, you don't have the Stifles, the Forces, you don't have the Brainstorms. You're just playing a much, much, much more fair game of Magic in a deck that is... can we just make his name Bob Fields? No more nicknames.
Not playing Legacy.
I feel so bad.
This is beautiful.
I feel so bad for the person that has to export this into YouTube and sees all these nicknames.
This is beautiful. It's not me, so it's beautiful.
And it's a Separate Denial in Chuck's opening hand.
Beautiful, it's true.
And he ships it back. So is that a case there to where the Separate Denial was literally anything else from his main board? Would that be a capable hand?
It could literally be a ham sandwich. So did you know the song about James Blunt, by James Blunt, You're Beautiful, is not a beautiful love song. It's about a guy that gets way too high, gets on a train, and stares at a woman.
I did not know that.
You're welcome. Now you know.
You're Beautiful.
James Blunt.
Lyrics. Our streamer knew that.
Yeah.
If anyone in chat knew that, please let us know.
Like he laughs at it.
Here we go. My life is brilliant. My life is pure. I saw an angel that I'm sure.
Sing it.
She smiled at me on the subway. She was with a man, but I won't lose no sleep because I gotta play. Oh wow. Oh wow.
She caught my eye as we walked on by. She could see from my face that I was flying high. Yeah. Yeah. When you go back and read actual like song lyrics.
Oh wow.
It's creepy.
I knew of The police song, Every Breath You Take, is
Yeah.
a little creepy.
What's it about?
A little bit stalker-ish.
Oh. It's also like In the Air Tonight. Is about his ex-girlfriend.
I remember. So Chuck with another opening.
Almost an honest Affinity start there.
Bob's gonna Thought Scour himself, draw land, draw a Tarmogoyf for turn. I don't know if he has the green source though. Oh yes, he's a Misty. Okay. He just passes it back.
Interesting. I don't know if I like this. He's just holding a Bolt. Chuck's not gonna try to kill him.
No.
Like I think I'm using Bolt. Ren says she listens to a lot of Meatloaf. Would you do anything for love? Would you fly a motorcycle through a giant stable?
A Poa. The next SCG near us is in Indy in a couple weeks. I will not be there because it's my girlfriend's birthday that day. After that, there's a team open in Columbus. That one will probably be a lot more fun than a modern Indy open.
What about the song turning Japanese? What's the worst song?
The worst song?
The worst song. That's a bit,
the worst song of all time.
Because it's a song that doesn't end.
Rebecca Black came up when I typed in the worst song of all time.
No. You want to hear a beautiful song?
Here's a big one. Ceremonious Rejection, taking care of the art program. That's a much better. So,
all right. So real quick, Google "Bring Me to Life" Goofy.
No, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'm just saying you're welcome now. People in chat. Go ahead and bring the Evanescence song, Bring Me to Life, plus Goofy. And you'll thank me.
Felix fetching down to 19 end of turn after Chuck tried to cast that Ravager, but it got rejected ceremoniously.
Was this worth it to you? If you're Rob?
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys going to the IQ and Comic Billy was talking about it. I don't know if Bob's actually going to Star City.
Yeah. Mr. Fields will be in Philadelphia this weekend.
Yeah, he's playing some team. I can't drive that far. I'm too old.
I drive that far. Anyway, Bob's an untap.
See enough lines to know not to Google that.
He's gonna draw.
Oh my god. So, he drives on ceremonious.
But now he can play it with the Goyf.
So
yeah.
Again, this is important. This is why your Blood Suns don't do enough. Your Wet Balls don't do enough because you don't have a threat.
Exactly. This allows him to apply pressure while dealing with the problem cards Chuck has. So if Chuck wants to try to jam a that champion,
can you go back to?
He has the answer for it.
Perfect. All right, so let's see what
we're teaming up.
Bob and Robert teaming up. They actually fused together.
I think there's a Karn in Chuck's hand.
Philly bound. Shh, don't look at the top. It's okay. Don't look. Don't look, Jake. It's fine.
I see it. Here is a single pass off the top.
Does he have a Karn in his hand?
He does have a Karn in his hand. He can cast his Karn too.
He couldn't until now.
Correct. No. I imagine this resolves. I do not see a world where a single pass does not resolve.
I can't. His bolt just cleans it up. Because you want to take care of this.
1, 2, 3, 4 off the drum. Here comes the Scion of Ugin, and there is Cerberus. He cannot play that fast enough. And
it's a Planeswalker.
It grows the Goyf.
Could we have any tribal spells in these?
We might. There might be some Starfighters in Mr. Fields' teamer deck.
Bob draws a bolt.
Another bolt. And Chuck's going to attack for 6. Chuck's like, yeah, I guess I'm going to take it. And just passes it back. He got bolt, and a
Delta.
That a Delta in hand?
Don't know how he gets around this. This game seems pretty over already.
Correct.
So Chuck needs to be on the play, and he just draws a land. So
this is the problem Finney has. And a Karn, in theory, can solve that velocity problem, keep the threats coming. But now Chuck's got a whole lot of nothing.
Middle school kid. If you'd like to be introduced to more fantastic versions of songs, look up Donald Duck, "Let It Go" from Frozen. Jake throws down his pen. You'll thank me later.
So I used to listen to like heavy metal versions of like covers.
I love covers. I love like 37 different versions of Africa.
I love the funny story about Africa, but you're not gonna care because it involves baseball in Boston.
Go ahead.
The Red Sox subreddit is taking every grand slam that they hit and putting Africa over it and having a cymbal crash happen when they hit the ball.
Why?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Interesting that he did that. He didn't do that before combat. Why did he take the extra 2 damage?
Not sure. Yeah, I think I saw Meadows buy like 5 packs of Dragon Shields last week.
Yeah, so he has. I think it's one of his African. I think Bob has. This is important. This needs to resolve. Best card champion in the matchup.
That is the best card in the matchup, and you know what?
I think he has a Cryptic Command.
He has a Cryptic Command.
How lucky.
Philly Bound Fields has it all.
You can just show him the bullet in your hand, and that's the game.
Would you say?
No, he can activate the last moth.
It all depends on if Chuck feels like he wants to keep going through with it or not.
Can't listen to that. Well, if there's garbage versions of songs, I have to hear them at least once.
There's some really good heavy metal covers of "Beat It" and "Don't Stop Believin'."
If you can make him, I wish you'd play Battle Wits. If you cannot Google 10-hour loop of something, then I don't want to listen to it.
10-hour loop of "Steppin' on the Beach" by SpongeBob.
Now, how about where you play something with Owen Wilson saying "Wow"?
Wow.
And then every time he says "Wow," it gets progressively faster.
Wow.
That's good. Wow, wow, wow. Those are good too.
So, he had the bolts to bolt the blocker and then bolt Chuck. Seems good.
Counterbounce the land or drum.
So
bouncing the land would have actually been good, but did he? I don't think he played a land that turn though.
I don't think he did either. Doesn't matter. Bob Philly Bound Fields, a.k.a. Robert Meadows, able to take game 2 over Chuck Bredenfoerder, and Chuck's going back to the sideboard. I imagine certain things are coming in and certain things are coming out because he's on the play.
I think that's
which is where he wants it to be.
Safe assumption to make in a Magic game.
He's on the play. He's where he wants to be with this Affinity deck. Hopefully, his opening 7 card will be a little bit better for him. But again, it looks like he did not take out those separate denials.
So at any point, these separate denials wouldn't have done anything.
No, absolutely not.
So again,
at one point, it would have counted the Cryptic Command.
Yeah. So what is the problem you're trying to solve with this stubborn denial? First of all, you have to have the blue mana, right? I guess that's not that bad. But second of all, like, what is the problem that you're solving? Do you really care that much about Cryptic Command? Because you're trying to be explosive. Do you really, does it bother you if he gets to 4 mana and counter something? Because in all intents and purposes, if you don't have a meaningful clock by the time that Bob gets to 4 lands, then I'm not sure you're going to be winning that game in the long run.
I mean, there's something to be said about, countering a threat you don't care about. There's also something to be said about killing your opponent before they can cast that
Yeah,
threat.
Affinity needs to kill him before the...
Yes.
Looks like we're going back to the proverbial drawing board. Interesting, he took out the Galv blasts.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's okay because it gives you reach. It's not 100% necessary, but it will take care of flipped over because that's basically the only way to block any of your flying threats, which is major of the deck. I really think that again he's looking for things like Edge Champion.
Yes.
Although,
do you like the cards in this deck?
I'm still on the fence. 4 mana is an awful lot for a threat that doesn't like immediately win the game.
Mm-hmm.
You can make very big tokens. And obviously it's a card advantage engine for a deck that usually lacks card advantage outside of Thoughtcast.
Which they don't normally run.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you see green, sometimes you see black for different sideboard cards. Mm-hmm. I think it's fine. It just depends at what cost. So the question is, when you're making a change in Magic decks, is what problem are you trying to solve? On local, you can definitely metagame against your locals, right? It's harder to metagame at bigger open tournaments. Bob German cards fields. Bob not alright fields. Bob Moldal 5. 5.
Bob does not want to Moldal 5. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, so I was thinking that there's going to be a small window when you can kill the Tarmogoyf. But again, you just have to get him just low enough, especially if you go for the non-infect win. Oh my god, Careless Whisper. No, there's a remake of Careless Whisper.
By Seether, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
I like Seether remakes.
I could not escape listening to the original Careless Whisper this past weekend. I swore I was at King's Island. I played 5 times.
Yeah, I like the original Careless Whisper.
That sax is great.
Yeah.
This is a very important match, by the way, for these two people because they are both 2-1 entering the night for the Modern League, and they also entering the night had 9 points coming in. So this is very important to try to get a little bit of an edge going into the final 2 weeks after tonight at the Modern League. You can check out these standings for the Modern League at topdeckproductions.com, as well as some decks from these players as well.
Yep. Oh my god, yeah, one violence beam into the 10 hours. Epic sax guy.
Have you listened to that whole song before?
10 hours?
No, like just the actual song itself.
I don't think so.
It's not bad. I like it a lot.
Phil is 1 and 2.
Phil is 1 and 2 coming into the evening. Phil did not have the best of nights.
Phil lost on camera round 1.
Yes, to Bob Fields.
To Bob Fields. 0 and 3.
He's not 0 and 3. He's a 1 and 2. Patrick Aguilar, Paul Kerbel, they're both 0 and 3. Both these players are 2 and 1.
You know who's very
coming
underrated?
In the round? Who's that?
Kenny G.
I agree.
That's what I got. You can go back to what you're doing, which was probably much better than what I was talking about.
Pretty decent start there from Chuck, but he got some 4 permanents. No, Mox Opal.
He's got that stubborn.
He's got that stubborn in hand again.
It just to me, like Spell Pierce is just strict upgrade. Thankfully, he drew a land. That was very important.
Yes.
Now he has access to 3 mana that still does not cast. Yeah, send the beats. Yeah, attack for 1. Yeah, feels bad, man.
Yeah, going forward. Justin Gepping 2-1 entering the final round. Phil Jones, as we mentioned, 1 and 3. Zach Harris, he is also 1 and 2, and he had the pair up as well. I'm sorry, Phil was 1 and 2. And then David Weisenberg 3 and 0.
Is he gonna get him?
Going to the last round.
Is he gonna get him?
With what?
Stubborn and Isle.
I mean, possibly. Here's the chance. This is when it's.
He's just
this
never
is the time to shine.
To do the free mode or the hard counter.
Never, unless he is way ahead.
The sax part in Careless Whisper are so great.
Also, want to note too, Billy Caminos made his debut. Went 0-2 to drop. In the modern league, Matthew Minier, Justin Blackburn, Andrew Teft, and Patrick Narsavage, and Andy Falk, and Eddie Sturgill all were not in attendance.
So around these parts, we don't go 0-2. We go 0-2 barbecue. Or 5-0 barbecue.
I'm not familiar with that term. Here is a Delver.
What, 5-0?
The 0-2 barbecue.
I mean, it used to happen when Siege Rhino wasn't standard. When Jake was a Magic Icon.
Was that why I was never invited? Because I just kept winning with Siege Rhino?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's Saxel when MLF.
Draw for the turn. Oh, I think it was another Stepper Denial.
I just.
Like, these cards could be literally anything else.
So I think he. So you kind of want to spread out the damage here. Yeah, I agree with this. He actually awkwardly has to leave the Ornithopter back. So Bob is probably thinking, what's going on? The Star Wars Cantina song? No. If anybody ever comes at me with Weird Al, like Gangster's Paradise is Amish Paradise, get out of here.
Why, that sounds great.
That's terrible. No, beat it or bad.
We've been talking about the Thought Scour in this deck all night, and for the first time tonight, we see a Hooting Mandrels in hand for Bob Fields, but no thought. Oh, there's a Thought Scour on top. I imagine it's going to stay. There's no way that was a Thought Scour then.
Yeah, he definitely needs one.
No, yeah, he needs one to flip the Delver. So just going to untap. Bob is at 2 Infect. Draw for turn is a Vault Scourge. Justin's going to boot him on up. It looks like he's trying to get in again. Here he comes. Texture 2 Infect, 2 regular. Bob down to 14 and 4 Infect. Chuck his feet up to 22.
The mashup is amazing. Michael Jackson Thriller. So if you're Bob, do you sit there and think, well, golly, he'd attack with the Ornithopter. What's going on? Are you worried at any point here?
I mean, I imagine.
Shields are down now.
I imagine if he had a Gallop Blast, he would have fired it off immediately on his Delver.
If you're not going to ceremonious reject something, if you don't have a sweep in your hand, it's going to end poorly.
Here's the Delver Trigger. Not again.
He went bottom. Right? I guess it was Snapcaster and non-spell.
Yeah.
So I guess he just wants to...
He has completely whiffed on all of these Delvers. And that is some of the problems with Delver in Modern compared to Legacy.
I agree. Yeah, you don't have Priority and Ponder or Brainstorm.
Nope.
I heard Brainstorm's a good match card.
I heard it is a very good magic card, yes.
That one should be reprinted. I don't have a problem with Priority and Ponder. Oh, we're going to see one big boy.
We're going to see Hootie.
Hoot. And the Blowfish. Anger. Yeah, anger would be pretty big blowout here.
No, we're to just hoot some Mandrels.
The old, if I'm Bob, I'm swinging in here. He's not gonna block. Like, okay, call your bluff, because it's worth more on the way back. Right?
Yeah.
You gain 2.
We're gonna see what Chuck can draw here.
He's actually in a lot of.
Yeah, I mean, he has that one spell. Well, he has that 1 minute up, but he has nothing to use on his draw.
He can't, like, see, this is the problem with holding Stubborn Denial up, right? Because he wants to stick this Karn, but he can't hold Stubborn Denial up.
Correct. So
he needs a Mox Opal. So if I'm him, I just shoot up my land again. I go in for Infect.
He's getting the job done, yeah.
Interesting.
He's not going to,
because he's going to try to stick a Karn. I don't understand going away from Plan A.
Same. We're doing pretty good, Gear Hulk. Finishing up the 4th and final round of our Tuesday Night Modern event, part of our Tuesday Night Modern League here on Top Deck Productions.
Storm 210 wouldn't play. Yeah. So we
here's Karn gets rejected. Okay.
We played $25 Vintage sometimes, and it plays by Vintage rules, and I forgot that Brainstorm is restricted. And my opponent round 1 played 4 Brainstorms.
So Bob's draw for turn was a Delver.
Again, why are we just not attacking? Yeah, I should have attacked.
There it is. Turn. Attacks for 5.
To be quite honest, I don't see you racing this.
I think Chuck's down to 18.
Big German.
Plays Delver number 2 and passes it back. Not getting the best look at Fields' hand, but I don't imagine it's the greatest in the world. This Chuck will draw 8. That's a big one. It's a cranial plating.
Oh, and now he's got the Stubborn, but the Stubborn Denial is just a soft counter.
Unless he has to equip. This is interesting. He's going to choose to not go for it right. He just scoops it right up.
Bob doesn't have anything.
Yeah, Bob had 3 lands. Did not matter. Chuck Bredenfoerder able to get a very important match there.
Chuck's like, what?
Field.
Look at Chuck's, Chuck's face. Chuck
is shocked.
So Bob is in the holy cow mode, and Chuck is just like, the deck with removal didn't have anything.
No. He played around cards that did not exist in Fields' hand. So we'll bring it back here one more time for you.
I think it's because Teddy didn't believe.
I don't think Teddy believed.
I don't think Teddy actually likes Robert.
So that was a very important one because, as we mentioned back at the start of the match, showing the standings, that Chuck and Robert were tied coming into the night. Now Chuck, he has 2 3-1s under his belt, so he'll have 18 points on the team.
Good for Chuck.
Yeah, actually, nice 18 points. He missed week 1, but you do have to drop the lowest week, so he has 18 points going the next round.
We can hear Bob in our headphones, and
yes,
Bob is still.
So, pretty good one for Chuck. He gets to be in prime position for what may be a race for second place, because I think David went 4-0 again tonight.
Did he?
I think so. We'll double check. He was 3-0 coming the last round.
David's doing very well.
David is doing very well. He's playing
the first 2 leagues that we had.
No, pretty sure this is his very first league.
I'm glad he showed up. I like when new players that are very good at archetypes show up. He got talked into joining it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good thing that he joined into it. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll update the standings as soon as we get the final results here from our store at GameSwap Mason. I'll make sure they're up to date at topdeckproductions.com. That was the 4th and final round of the evening, so we are done with Modern on Tuesday night.
We are.
You have any closing thoughts there, Adam? Any more complaints to add to the tip jar?
I can't. They already owe 60 cents.
There is 60 cents.
Again, when are we having a Mountain Dew taste test?
That is coming soon.
Well, you keep saying soon. Give me a date.
August.
Does that girl still work at the studio? I'm just kidding.
We'll start doing it in the week of August. I'll start picking up kinds of Mountain Dews, and I will talk about it.
I don't believe you.
We'll explain why Baja Blast is the best.
Keep in mind, we're trying to curtail our content to what you guys like. So what you guys want to see in between rounds. If you want to see me slap Jake, I'd be more than happy to do that. I keep my hand very, very strong. That's why he also oils his beard, because he tries to make my hand slip off of it.
But yeah, we're working on getting microphones up back here and
up front,
on top of front too, so we can you can hear the players better when we're doing stuff like EDH or standard or modern testing, that we can hear just them and not
we can make people
everyone.
Sit back down and talk about a line if we really want to.
Legacy is coming too. The boy wonder Matthew Miner himself is spearheading a Legacy tournament for that. We don't have an exact date yet.
Do not have details either.
Yeah, but it will happen. That's all we know.
Team Rochester drafted Dill. Other things. So Jake started streaming, so make sure you check that out. He linked his
Yeah.
A link to streaming it.
Twitch.tv/hopeless, HOP3LESS, or you can follow me on Twitter, HOP3LESS. You're Adam Olds 4, correct?
I am.
If you want to see someone complain, he's the guy to do it on Twitter.
You want to see me be horrible to the Magic employees for Magic Online, or argue with people, I'm your guy. Just don't expect
You are
any...
Adam Complains a Lot Olds.
Yeah.
But thank you all for watching. Don't forget to follow us if you want to know when we go live. If you want to support us, you can do that by subscribing here through Twitch. Don't forget, you get that free Twitch Prime sub each and every month with Amazon Prime. And if you want to support our efforts even further, patreon.com/dropbackproductions. That's how we get entry into the Modern League. And that's how you can support us to make sure we're doing the best we can do in terms of commentary, up-to-date hardware, each and every 70 bits. Was it 70 bits total? You have to
we need to keep a count. I can't. First of all, I can only count to 20 if I have my shoes off. So 70 is way too high.
I don't want to picture you without your shoes on for some reason.
What if I have like Adam owes 70 cents olds? That's 70 bits, Ren. What if I have like the really freaky toes that are like fingers? I knew a guy in high school who actually passed away, but he could hold baseballs with his toes.
And on that note, we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. Tomorrow, we got some standard. So stay tuned for that. And 19 standard coming up. We got Ren and Justin Blackburn casting that.
Nice.
Thursday we have some Thursday night modern action.
Me and Bob.
You and Bob Fields will be back here doing it.
What about on Friday?
Friday we have Zach Creamer coming back with Connor Sloan.
Too many Connors.
Too many Connors?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, so we got Magic coming Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We got 4 nights of Magic a week, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Have a good night.